Hello, homeschoolers. Welcome to the Land of Yak Yak. My name is Laurel. Okay, this is another flip through video to show you my last copybook. Okay, so this is the last in my series of copybooks. They go from the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and this is the last. So there's 6 in total. And the idea is to give you something for the kids to work through, maybe late preschool. At the earliest, you go through up to first grade. If you started a little later, if you started sometime in kindergarten, maybe kindergarten through first. If you wait till first grade, maybe this will take you from first, maybe into second grade. It just depends on when you start school. What's nice about getting the printable versions, there are hard copy versions of these that you can buy off Amazon. I'll link for you. But the nice thing is, if you get to a level that you think they need more practice, you're not ready to move on, you can just reprint it and have them do more, So this is the last one. And just a side note, isn't my Scotty so cute? I do have an affinity for Scotties. We have a Scotty. I had a Scotty when I was growing up. Our dog, now he's our school mascot, Angus. And we say, we're Yak Yak Academy, the Fighting Scotties. He was my inspiration for this. And if I liked it so much that I actually changed my logo. I don't know if you guys have noticed lately, it's not the rainbow anymore. If you look at the channel page for this, or the icon for my page, you'll probably see my new logo and you'll see my little Scotty dog. Anyways, so this one actually, I've changed the subheading to reading, writing, and arithmetic. Because by the time you get to this one, they're, doing math. Okay. Let's open her up. Let's see how it goes. This one I did do more pages in. If you notice, it's thicker. I think I did. I can never remember. I think I put about 2 more weeks worth into this one, just because I anticipate staying in it longer. So it's the same general idea as all the previous copybooks. All right, you got a letter from me. You got your curriculum page to fill out. This one, I just have a lined page here in case you need to, take some notes or write down things. Blank page. I actually have, I thought I might have the kids, I thought this might be a fun page to have him draw a picture of himself or his family or some kind of self-expression here, because I just thought it'd be cute, because I love to keep these. I keep them all. When he's done with them, they're just full of all his work. There's so many things that we've, taped in. I like to do a lot of artwork and things that ends up going into here with him, or little kind of interactive notebooking kind of activities that get glued or taped in on the open-ended pages. And I just put them straight on his bookshelf. And I just think they make the most perfect work samples, if you ever needed to show those or look back on them, if you're like, what did we do? And second, he loves to look back on them. The kids are always looking back when I have something like this that I keep for them. I put it on the shelf, actually in their bedrooms. And because each boy, my 2 younger boys share a room with each other, a little bookshelf next to their bed. And these are on the bottom shelf of both of theirs, respectively, for their work. And they look back at them all the time. And they remember the things. They remember the things we talked about, the things that we watched, the things that we read, the stories they listened to. By looking back at their work, it really jogs their memory. And I just feel like it's almost like constant review, without me having to do anything. So anyways, there's that. Okay. Oh yeah, you'll see I made some marks on here. That's because this is the first one I printed out to kind of proof my own work. And I decided there was a couple things I wanted to change. But once you've printed out this much, I should have just printed 1 set of pages, but I just pushed print and walked away. I'm not going to reprint this many pages, right? So my kids always get my proofs of things. And I'm like, well, I'm not reprinting that. So I'll go in and I'll make the changes to the files that I've uploaded for sale or whatever. But they always have to work with the ones that I have just crossed things out on. Anyways, so this is the first page. This is a phonics page. This one actually has more pages in it. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see. Let's see, there's one of my mistakes. So what these are all of the Alpha Phonics phonograms and blends and things in their program that have all been covered in the previous copybooks. Some of them I just combined, you know. There were a few things here and there that I added because they weren't in the program, but I thought we should go over them. Like TICISI, you know, these say sh. These I'll say shun. Like so these are typed up in the final, but these are here for them to go over daily. So they should have seen all of these so far. They've been reading with them, either in their like Alpha Phonics program, their Alpha Phonics readers. You know, we use the McGuffey readers, but we still are studying this alongside our McGuffey readers. And so this is here. This is the whole program, so you can really drill down on what they know and don't know. The printable version of this book comes with flashcards. You just print them out on cardstock and cut them out for all of these matching up. So, and I really I love this like small size. It's really convenient for storage, and like for the little hands, it's really good for when you play games with them, not to take up too much space, you know? Okay. I forgot. Yeah, all the copybooks come with flashcards. They all will come with whatever flashcard set is being focused on the phonics page. And I believe it's the second copybook comes with all the math fact flashcards, the addition and subtraction ones that I made for this set too, which I just continue to use. Okay, I mean, this would be something that I would play games with probably a lot. There could be a day where you quiz them, right? So you basically get your right pile, wrong pile. You can do that either way to figure out which ones they know and don't know. You can drill them right pile, wrong pile, you know? And then you know which ones to focus on more, and you can just be keeping track of it on this, right? You can check off the ones that they know, circle the ones that they don't, just so you have some kind of written record. Something that we've been doing lately is I bought this set of stamps. Where's the other? Oh, I also bought this little star one. And if I give this to him, to my kindergartner, and right now we're still working on the 4th copybook, so I haven't used this one yet, but you could do this with this one too. So to kind of keep things, he's one of these kids, I have to gamify stuff a little bit for him, or provide some kind of novelty every now and then to keep him interested, or else he just gets bored and doesn't want to do stuff, you know, doesn't want to practice. So this has been a helpful little trick for us with the star stamp, and I give it to him, and then, you know, as we go through, he has to say all the sounds, right? And if he gets them right, he gets to stamp it with the star, which he's really enjoying doing that. And then if you want to keep it fresh, you know, when he gets sick of that one, be like, oh, I got you new stamps, right? This one is a different kind of star. It says, very good. I got this little set, a little cheap set. I think this was only like $6 or something. This one says pass. So anyways, just a little teacher tip, like build in some novelty or something that creates some action for them, or something new. He loves the bright colors. You don't have to do them all at one time. Like when they lose steam, you can take a break, be like, okay, we're just going to do 3 lines at a time, you know, and then you go take a little break, or play a different game, or have him read, or, you know, you can and then come back and do 3 more. All right, so we also I'm sure we'll be practicing real words that go along with that. Okay, so then this is the words, phonographs, or punctuation practice. That's what I like to put into here. And of course, I'm using this alongside my McGuffey readers. So I'm usually going off my scope and sequence that I have for that with my McGuffey program. So I will be focusing more on new concepts that are coming up in the reading and new words, probably on this page. And on this page, you can choose either copywork, dictation, or independent writing. It really depends on your kid, right? Like, I think you could use this with a 7-year-old, right? This is my last copybook. The Alpha Phonics, I mean, all those phonics, I mean, that could take, this is pretty advanced, right? So, I mean, you could use this with an older child too, or you can use it repeatedly, right? until they've got their stuff mastered. So I wanted to make sure that the writing part was, it could be used for multiple levels of kids with their writing. So of course, you're going to start out with like copy work, right? You can have them copy straight out of a book if they're old enough, or like, something I like to do is just to write it in with my highlighter, and they trace it, and then they write it, trace it, write it. You can do dictation with them here, or you can have them do independent writing, like I said, kind of come up with their own sentences. It really depends on their level of writing. I just take it like a highlighter and, or circle which one we're going to do that day. So I have like a record here. And you don't have to always do the same thing, right? You can like do different things on different days. But here's a place for their name and a place for their writing. Okay, here's back to that listening comprehension, that read me a story. I mean, just the power of read alouds. Homeschool moms are so good about doing read alouds, It says slightly different instructions here. So short story or chapter book, ask them to tell it back to you. I really love that practice of oral narration. And then discussing interesting points or morals that come up, and have them draw something from the beginning, middle, and end of the story. So write their name, so beginning, middle, and end of the story. And I tried to change this page. I turned it more landscape so they could draw, more of a landscape picture if they wanted to. This is such a good way to build your children's vocabulary, because you naturally just, as you're reading all the time, like it comes up all the time. I'm like, oh, do you guys know what this word means? I'll just know that there's a word that they might not know. And then we can just like briefly talk about it, And so that was like, okay, so if it means this, then what are they saying in this sentence? It's just really good. You do so much without even thinking about it to build their comprehension. And they're mostly doing it. They're doing it through listening here, right? Because you're probably reading them books that are above their reading level, but are still good stories. But there's just so much background knowledge they can learn from read alouds that'll aid them in future independent reading, And it's also a good time you could work in, like if you live somewhere where you have to do specific mandated subjects, you can do not just literature here, but you can work in like, science type topic books or social studies or whatever. So you can make sure that you're covering all of your required subjects. This is just a completely open-ended page. So I have a little banner here so they can title whatever their work is. But yeah, we like to you can just draw straight into here. You could do interactive notebook. Let's say maybe you wanted to do Bible with them. This might be a great Bible page. And do your Bible, maybe verse copy work, or I'll link to it was really inexpensive. I think it was like $10, but an interactive notebook resource. And I think the Old Testament was 10, the New Testament was 10 or whatever, but my kids always like that kind of stuff that you put in and you can like fold it out and, do stuff like that. Or we do a lot of painting, tracing on tracing paper, all types of things that we end up just putting in. And then you can make a note of what it is. And then you're back to math, the last thing of the day. So this is my most advanced book. So I'm leaving it the most open-ended because like I said, you're probably using a math book by this point or something. So I just gave you two nice pieces of graph paper to work through however you see fit. I'm not really doing all the previous books had some kind of like number sense page guide from me. And now you're probably ready just to do whatever you're doing without my input. And then it's back to, then it'd be the next day, right? You would have you could do all your subjects in one day. Alrighty then. And I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them for me in the comments. I will link to previous copybook videos that we've done for previous levels so you can see actual examples of work on some of our lower levels. And of course, we're not to this one yet. Like I said, we're currently in our 4th copybook, so this is 2 books ahead of where we currently are. But as we do work and things, I feel like I have something helpful to show you. I'll make more videos. Okay, happy homeschooling.